Super Bowl 60 is here. Two teams with big stories, historic seasons, and contrasting identities clashing on the biggest stage in football. We've got the Seattle Seahawks with the regular season record of 14-3, pacing a balanced offense and elite defense. And the New England Patriots, also 14-3, proving critics wrong with the dramatic turnaround and a grinded out playoff run. Today we're going to break down how these teams stack up with key stats from the regular season and postseason, potential X factors, and give you my prediction on what's going to happen in Super Bowl 60. We'll start with the Seattle Seahawks. They didn't just win in the regular season, they dominated the division and earned home field advantage with the 1 seed throughout the playoffs. The Seahawks did it with a balanced attack with a mix of an explosive offense and a very stingy defense. Not many teams could have kept up or slowed them down. In the regular season, offensively, they put up major stats. They piled up over 4,800 yards of offense, including over 3,600 yards of passing and over 1,500 yards of rushing. That kind of balanced attack had defenses guessing week to week how to stop them. As previously mentioned, their defense is extremely stingy, keeping defenses to a very low 17 points per game throughout the season. Throughout the season, Sam Darnold was the story. He managed to come back last year with the Minnesota Vikings and have a spectacular season and cash that in going to Seattle to take over the starting role there from Geno Smith. All that's happened was more of the same from last year, where he has put up spectacular numbers passing, made clutch throws at the right time, and catapulted the Seahawks throughout the season and better yet through the playoffs. Fortunately, he's kept his turnovers down and also has weapons like Jackson Smith and Jigba to throw to, who had a stellar season as well, almost pushed for 2,000 yards throughout the season. Both players made spectacular plays to get themselves past the Rams as well as the 49ers. Throughout the playoffs, the Seahawks managed to handle both their opponents while winning all 3 phases of football: special team, defense, and offense. In the championship game, they had a thrilling game against the Rams and snuck it out with a 31-27 victory in a hard-fought matchup. Now on the other side, you have the New England Patriots. They are coming off one of the most remarkable turnarounds in NFL history. They had back-to-back seasons of 4-13 underneath Belichick at the twilight of his time with New England, followed up with Mayo taking over and replicating that 4-13 season as well. Now they've hired Mike Vrabel this season and turned it around and made it a 14-3 record for the season, capturing the AFC East while being led by second-year quarterback Drake May. New England offense was one of the best this season, ranking top 5 and driven by the arm of Drake May, as well as veteran playmakers like Stephon Diggs, who went over 1,000 yards this season. May's growth was the story this season. He had an okay season last year as a rookie, showing great potential to be something amazing. And this year he's flourished. He went ahead and put together a campaign that rivals many MVP seasons previous. Now he has himself in position to potentially win the MVP of the regular season. Defensively, the Patriots have been strong all season long, doing relatively good to minimize the opponents from scoring and helping the offense to get back on the field as quickly as possible to score. Their secondary with Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis III locked down receivers very well throughout the season, specifically in the playoffs as well, with offenses putting up the lowest passer ratings they've had. Now throughout the playoffs, it's been different for the Patriots. It hasn't been a high scoring fest. Instead, it became defensive slugfests in all 3 of their playoff matches. Most recent being the AFC Championship against the Denver Broncos, where they managed to pull away with a 10-7 victory over the Broncos on a snowy day and without much offense, just key contributions from their defense. Patriots are now headed to this 12th Super Bowl appearance in their history, and it's time to see if history repeats itself with them winning another one. Now, both teams in the playoffs had, like I mentioned, different situations. The Seahawks put it together and defeated both their opponents while scoring more than 31 points both games and making key defensive plays. Their offense looked like it was humming, and each player on their offense made key plays to help seal victories. while their defense looked extremely tenacious and strong, making plays with also their special teams contributing on key plays as well. The Patriots, very different. As I mentioned, they've had defensive slugfests. Their offense have not produced much at all in any of their games. However, they did face 3 top 5 defenses throughout the playoffs with the Chargers, Texans, and the Broncos. The offense didn't really have to produce because actually their defense seemed to have carried them throughout this playoffs, shutting down all of the opposing quarterbacks they face, including Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud, and Jared Stidham. New England's defense have been attacking the opposing quarterbacks tremendously. They've been winning off the ball, getting pressure, knockdowns, and causing key turnovers that help their team propel right through to the Super Bowl. With that note, the key matchup to watch is that defensive line for the New England Patriots. If they do get their way and get to Sam Darnold, this could be a tough matchup for the Seahawks. However, if their defensive line doesn't get any penetration, there is a solid chance the Seahawks can score and score fast and often. If the Seattle Seahawks manage to maintain possession, reduce the pressure that comes from that good defensive line from the Patriots, they could run away with this game. However, it just depends on how well they protect Sam Darnold. The bigger question in this game is, will New England's offense be able to keep up with Seattle's offense? Or will their defense do enough to bring Seattle's offense down to where the Patriots can keep up? Now, both teams had a favorable schedule throughout the regular season in terms of who they face, and their playoff route has been different. But there is a potential of a really good matchup with this one. Now, for myself, I kind of feel as if Seahawks can put up points on this defense if they strike fast and try not to hold the ball long and avoid any pressure on Sam Darnold. If they get the ball out quickly, score quickly, and keep the pressure on the New England offense to produce and keep up, then potentially the Seahawks can run away with this game. But there's always a chance that this New England Patriots offense find their form as they had in the regular season and match blow for blow. Now, prediction for this game, like I mentioned, if the Seahawks tailor their offense to get the ball out of Sam Darnold's hands quickly, and their receivers do what they've been doing all season, which is making great catches and getting open, they should be able to find a way to get down the field and score. Kenneth Walker being in the backfield, also a tough, strong runner, might be able to do enough to help balance out the pressure that it will be coming from the defensive front for New England. That being said, like I mentioned, New England's a very good team. They could easily find a way to keep up offensively or find a way to affect Sam Darnold in some manner. So that being the case, I feel like Seahawks will be able to move on the Patriots off defense. And if they do successfully do that, I feel like they could pull away on this game. However, New England will put up a fight. I could be easily wrong, and New England could return to form like they have been during the regular season. But this Seattle defense is very stout. They're pretty aggressive of a defense. It'll be hard for them to try to get something together against them. That being said, my prediction for this Super Bowl, I feel like we'll get some fireworks, probably more on Seattle's side. So I will have to say this could be a 28-14 game. Seahawks winning over the New England Patriots. Again, the Patriots are a very good team. There's a reason why they're in the Super Bowl. I could be completely wrong, but we'll have to see. I expect an exciting game. It could be a scenario of momentum where a turnover can change things and cause the whole scoreline to flip. Super Bowl 60 could be one of the most memorable Super Bowls we've had in recent history. 2 14-3 teams, contrasting styles and contrasting paths to the Super Bowl, 2 elite quarterbacks and defenses, and huge storylines. So drop your score and predictions down below in the comments. Who wins and why? Smash the like button if you like this breakdown, and subscribe for full Super Bowl week content. I'll see you after kickoff. Be blessed.